Hey everyone, Spopes here. As promised, the developers of ESO have come out with a detailed blog article covering everything we can expect in the upcoming Battle for the Writhing Wall event. Rather than slogging through the recent live stream covering all of this in much less detail, I'm just going to go through this blog article today and provide all the information that they put in here, along with added bits of info that weren't included in the blog article itself. I hope you guys appreciate the content. I'm going to be covering this event as it unfolds, starting with a live stream on October 13th when the Battle for the Writhing Wall launches. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Also, please like this video and hype it. Let's dive into what they have to say here. Be a part of history during the Battle for the Writhing Wall event. The Battle for the Writhing Wall event begins October 13th and continues until the Writhing Wall is destroyed. It's going to be 3 phases, and we're going to get through each phase over the course of this article. Band together with your fellow players to progress the event for your server and ultimately bring down the wall on your platform and region. You'll only be able to access the full event with this year's content pass, but there are some aspects of the event that will be available to all players. You'll be able to start the event by going to the Sturk Fellowship Camp or the Sunport Rampart Camp on October 13th. So for those who don't have the content pass, you can actually start the event by going to the island of Sturk itself. Otherwise, just head over to the Rampart Camp Way Shrine on Solstice. To make it easier, pick up the introductory quest from the Crown Store in the quest section. The Battle for the Writhing Wall event will consist of 3 stages, the first 2 of which will be completed based on how quickly your server gets through them, and the third one has a week-long timer that starts when you complete the second phase. You're going to progress the event by completing daily quests. There are going to be 4 different types of quests total, one that you get from General Zasimba, and this one has you defending siege camps. To complete these quests, you have to have the content pass. There's also going to be a quest from Mid-Conjurer Murmel that involves killing Cold Harbor Daedra. The quest from Quartermaster Nerwalne is going to have you collect supplies to help with the war effort. There's also a daily crafting quest from Armorer Reistov. All these quests will be available during all phases of the event. New crafting quests will be made available in Phase 2. Every daily quest you complete helps your server progress through the event. You'll be able to check your server's progress by going to a website or by going to the activity finder within the game. Phase 1 is called Supply and Defense, and it involves gathering supplies to help with the upcoming battle. This involves defending siege camps and stopping planar incursions. Everyone will be able to participate in this, but you'll only be able to access the parts of the event on Solstice if you have the content pass. During this part of the event, various delves and public dungeons will be marked on your map as being part of this overall incursion. There will be additional monsters in these delves that you can defeat to complete Mid-Conjurer Murmel's dailies. Once you do enough daily quests on your server, you'll trigger the beginning of Phase 2. The siege camp incursions ramp up as the Worm Cult fights back, and a new world boss known as Daedra Gishzor will appear in Solstice. So basically, you're going to have to keep the siege camps going while also defending against a new world boss that appears in Solstice. You're still going to be completing daily quests to progress the bar onto the next stage, but things are definitely heating up. And then finally, we have Phase 3, the Fall of the Writhing Wall. At this point, the Writhing Wall becomes exposed and you can go into the Writhing Fortress. We've seen a little bit of this already. There's gonna be a giant skeleton monster to fight. It looks pretty cool. How long it takes you to get to Phase 3 depends on how much work your server puts in, but once you get there, this phase lasts exactly 1 week. And once you complete Phase 3, the event is over. This third phase of the event is only available if you have the content pass. And then once you do complete Phase 3, you will unlock Eastern Solstice, again if you have the content pass, which will allow you to explore the entire island of Solstice for the first time and complete the Seasons of the Worm Cult storyline. So consider that basically just a brief summary. There are a lot more details to get into as we progress through the article. So now we're getting into the rewards that will be available. First of all, there's a new title, Wallbreaker, that you'll get if you complete all the way through Phase 3. There's also going to be a Worm Writhe Bear Lizard mount. This honestly looks pretty cool. It's going to be available through the Golden Pursuits that will be running in tandem with the event. This pet will also be available through the Golden Pursuits. There will also be a Wormwrithe Hajmoda pet and a new Bone skill style for the Caltrop skill from Fighters Guild. It's important to note that the Battle for the Writhing Wall does not grant event tickets. But there will be 2 different types of event coffers that you can get every day. You can actually get up to 3 glorious reward coffers. They're called Writhing reward coffers. You get one from your first Vitrified Souls daily quest. These are the ones from Mid-Conjurer Murmel that have you going out and killing Daedra. You get another from your first Siege Camp daily quest, and the third is from your first Crafting daily. And it's saying Crafting daily of any type, so I'm getting the feeling that this also applies to your daily crafting writs. They won't be glorious, but you can get more Writhing rewards coffers by defeating Worm Cult bosses, including the new world boss Gishzor that starts appearing in Phase 2. Now basically all the coffers give the same stuff: Western Solstice gear, style pages from the Fellowship of Sturk crafting style, with 1 guaranteed in your glorious coffers. You also get one of the following items guaranteed in your glorious coffers: a Worm Writhe outfit style, a Worm Writhe weapon style, a fragment of the Worm Writhe Hajmoda, or a fragment of the new Bone Caltrips skill style. That one is only available from Phase 2 onward. We have a basic idea of what the new Worm Writhe style is going to look like from this image. I really like it. It looks pretty cool. This is going to be one of the main chases during this event. You also have a chance to get treasures that you can sell to merchants, but perhaps most excitingly out of all of this, you do have a chance to get the Cold Harbor Surreal Estate house from any of these coffers. This is a really excellent home. I believe it's a notable home, so one of the highest tiers. The fact that you can get it for free is a reason to definitely keep grinding out these reward coffers. It's a very low chance, but every single coffer you open has a chance to grant this house. Well, it actually only has a chance to be available in the Daedra killing and the Siege Camp defense quests. In the crafting quests, you have a chance of getting furnishing plans instead. Otherwise, the rewards you can get from the 3 different kinds of coffers are exactly the same. But there's another kind of coffer that's going to come from defeating event bosses, and this can include set items from the delves or dungeons that have been invaded by the worm cultists, or writhing wall-themed furnishings. And then every time you successfully defend a siege camp, whether you've completed your daily or not, you also get an incursion chest that contains basically the same stuff. But you don't have a chance of getting the Cold Harbor Surreal Estate from this one. So if I'm counting correctly, this means that there are 5 different kinds of coffers you can get throughout the event. That makes this pretty complicated in terms of the rewards, but the best ones come from completing the daily quests, and the absolute best ones come from the first time you complete that daily quest per day. That gives you the glorious coffers, and the ones from killing Daedra or defending siege camps have a chance to drop the Cold Harbor Surreal Estate. Important to note is the fact that the siege camp daily quests and the siege camps themselves will still be there even after the event is over, and they will continue having a chance to drop the items specific to those particular activities. This is kind of confusing wording, but I think what they're saying here is that the dropping of antiquity leads from delve bosses will not change. And yeah, if you get to phase 3, you do get the title Wallbreaker. There will be a golden pursuits associated with the event. Again, that's where you get this new mount and pet from. I assume this starts the day that the event starts, but that's not explicitly confirmed here. And then here's the big reward. Once you complete this event, you will have access to Eastern Solstice. If you've already completed the quest line on Western Solstice, you'll be able to get a new quest from Prince Azah that picks up where that quest line left off. And that's everything they cover here. I am overall very excited for this event, mainly because it's something new they've never tried before in the history of ESO. If the game is going to thrive and continue on for years, this is the kind of innovation we need. I like the fact that it's all based on how quickly your particular server gets through all the activities. Probably my biggest dislike is that it's all tied to daily quests in the end. In that way, it's not much different from other events. But the sheer scope of this event, all the different activities you can do, all the different coffers you can get, how everybody's all working on it together, how it's going to transform the world of Tamriel until it's over. I really applaud the ambition. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Probably the part I'm most looking forward to is accessing the Writhing Fortress and fighting that giant bone monster that we've seen in one of the live streams. So again, this event starts on October 13th, and it basically just keeps going until you complete it. It is a contest, so to speak, between the different servers, seeing who logs in the most, who completes the most daily quests, who defends the most siege camps. There are lots of rewards through the event itself, but the really big reward is getting access to the other side of Solstice. Now, for many of us, Solstice has been a pretty disappointing chapter, but this might be what turns it around. Maybe after the end of this event, we will look back and think, wow, this is actually one of the best times in ESO's history. We tried something new, we all worked on it together. This has made everything worth it. Kind of a they had us in the first half meme kind of moment. I think I'm getting that meme right. But the idea being that the disappointment we felt so far now has a chance to transform into absolute excitement as we go through this event, access the Writhing Fortress, and then eventually get to Eastern Solstice. Yeah, the only part I'm even a little bit disappointed by is the heavy reliance on daily quests. But even once you've done your daily, you can just go defend siege camps all day long, and that contributes to your server's progress. Something I'm also maybe a little bit concerned about is the fact that Witches Festival is going to be coinciding with this event. So there are going to be 2 events going at once, just like happened last month when they had the Vengeance test and the Undaunted event going at the same time. I think it's honestly too early to say how this is all going to pan out, whether it's going to revitalize or save ESO, whether it's going to be a flop. But I do love the spirit of competition that's coming with this event, where the servers are working against each other, but everyone within those servers is working together to complete the phases, bring down the Writhing Wall. I think rewards-wise, what I'm most looking forward to is this new mount. And as far as the event itself goes, I can't wait to get into the Writhing Fortress, check that out, fight all the monsters that are there within. I really hope this guide has been helpful in getting you ready for the Writhing Wall events, covering everything that you're going to be expected to do and the rewards you will get in return. If you haven't yet, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, if you liked the video and hyped it, and if you want to support me further, become a member of the Spopes Army, that's my membership program, drop me a super thanks in the chat, or head over to spopesector.com to check out my merch. I am also building up a new channel, Spopes TV. Definitely head over there to see what I'm cooking up. Before I go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Windy Hill Homestead. This is a brand created by a fellow ESO player that offers extremely high quality freeze-dried food for a reasonable price. Whether you're stocking up for emergencies or you just want to keep your pantry fully stocked, these are foods that you can eat instantly or prepare in like 5 to 10 minutes. That have excellent ingredients. Again, the brand is Windy Hill Homestead, windyhill.store, and you can use the code SPOPES at checkout to save 10%. Lord, I give you all glory for the video and for my channel. I just pray that this event is a success, that it revitalizes ESO, that everyone has a lot of fun. Specifically, Lord, though it may be petty, I pray that my server, PSNA, gets through first, and that we all just work together and have a great time. Please, Lord, continue to grow my channel throughout this event, bring more people to my channel who will be helped and emboldened to go forward and slay all these Daedra, take down the worm cult, and unlock Eastern Solstice. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. So again, I do appreciate you all watching so much. Please do like, hype, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, turn on notifications because I'll be back soon with new content.